Good evening, 7th grade parents. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your very busy schedules to stop by and visit us here in the band room for our virtual curriculum night. It means a whole lot to me that you're here today. In case you don't know who I am, my name is Lane Mashburn, and I'm the Director of Bands here at Carmel Middle School. This year, while proving to be pretty different from years past, has already been a huge success for my 7th grade class, and I am so proud of the hard work and the dedication that they are displaying for me every single day. So for that, I just want to say thank you so much, and please keep up the hard work. This class has been one of the most diverse groups of students that I have ever seen before in my teaching experience. We have students who are way past the 7th grade level and who are excelling at everything that they're doing. And then we've also got students who are brand new at their instrument, who have never read music or played an instrument before in their lives. And then we've got all of the students in between. So for this class, I've focused on splitting the students up very specifically based on their needs and where they are in terms of their progress as young musicians. For our first group of students, we have returning players, people who were in band class last year and who feel confident with all of the information they were given. This group of students are fantastic role models to my 6th graders and fantastic students for me to have in class as well. They always do their assignments, and they always show up to class on time and are very engaged. I very much so appreciate that. We've been reviewing a lot of basic concepts to those students. How do we sit in a chair? How do we make a sound? How do we have proper tone, proper armature? How do we play in tune? All of those things we've been reviewing as the year has progressed, trying to catch up and gauge where they are in terms of the information that they have. And then we started applying it to our horns and playing through our second method book called Sound Innovations, Book 2. In that method book, there are a few scales that your students have been working on, and every week your student will have a scale assignment where they have been learning their scales throughout this process. They started with their F major scale, then they moved to their B flat, and then they moved to their E flat major scale. As the rest of the semester moves on, they'll continue with their A flat scale, their G scale, so on and so forth until we make it through all 12 of our major scales. That is my overall goal for this class and for this specific group of students for the first semester of band. So you're going to start seeing a lot of that as we move on as well. Additionally, that group of students have their very first music assignment coming up called Cavaliers Regiment on page 10 of their method books. This is the very first piece of music that your students are playing for this class for this school year. Every other piece has been little short excerpts, a few lines of music, but this is actually a full page of music, which is going to be due to me right at the end of this first quarter. So they've had a few weeks to start practicing that one and about one more week to polish it up for me as well. If you are in another group of students, this is the group that I call my beginner level students. These are students who have maybe never played an instrument before and they might be brand new. Or maybe these are a group of students who switched from one instrument to another one. That's in this group. So this group, I decided to slow back their instruction a little bit and start taking things from the very beginning. The amount of positive feedback I am getting and what I'm seeing your students display, even as beginners, is incredible. I am so amazed that they are able to pick up on these concepts so quickly and apply them to their horns. Even though the rest of their class is focusing on something else, they're able to focus on these sets of concepts, and they're doing a fabulous job. I'm so proud of their hard work. So for these students, you'll probably hear them taking things a little bit slower. You might have heard them playing on their mouthpieces for a little while, getting used to how to make a proper sound on their horn. And then you're going to hear them start to play some basic musical pieces. Maybe Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, Hot Cross Buns, even Jingle Bells. These are all basic pieces which only use the first 5 or so notes in our major scale. Once all of the students can display proper knowledge and full development over these 5 notes, then we continue to move on and expand the level of difficulty in the pieces that we are playing. It's my eventual goal to get Group A and Group B kind of playing the same types of pieces. Now that might be a big goal and that might be hard, but I trust the students are going to work hard and we're going to push towards that goal as well. If you ever want to see or access any of your students' work, the way that you can do that is really, really simple. The first thing you're going to do is head on over to my Canvas page. You're going to see my face and a nice video that I recorded. You're going to see our class description, all of that good stuff. If you scroll down to the bottom, you're going to see a big blue button that says Enter Here. When you click on that, it's going to take you over to a fantastic music program called Smart Music. Now, I'm sure parents, you have heard your students talk about Smart Music, playing Smart Music in their rooms every single day. Smart Music is basically a software program which allows me to hear your students play in real time. It records them along with a backing track and a metronome, and they can record it as many times as they want until they feel confident with their submission, and then they can turn it into me for me to check. If you ever want to check out any of this stuff on Smart Music, like I said, go to Canvas, hit the Enter Here button, and then you're going to have access to everything. Your students' method books that they've been playing out of. You're going to have access to student recordings where you can listen to what they've been playing in my class. You're even going to have access to grades and the comments that I leave for your students so you can follow along with the process that they've been making throughout the course of this quarter. I'm very proud of their hard work thus far. They have a long way to go, but they've already come so far. Parents, there's a few things that you can do in order to ensure your student success in my class. Number one, make sure that your student is practicing every single day for at least 20 minutes. I always tell the students, if you turn on one episode of SpongeBob and you practice along to that episode, boom, you're done practicing for that day. That's all it takes, 20 minutes, and you're going to see your students start to develop some skills that you never even thought would be possible for this class. So practicing every day. And number two, constant encouragement. It's really, really easy for these students to feel discouraged practicing at home, not able to hear the rest of their classmates playing, and only having to play one-on-one in front of a computer screen. That could be a lot for a 12-year-old student who is brand new at their instrument. But I'm trying to give them as much constant encouragement as I possibly can and remind them that, hey, they are still young musicians. They are still beginning players. And it is okay if we are not perfect. It is okay to make mistakes. But the way that we can fix those mistakes and get better is to practice. I always use this example. You didn't pick up a baseball bat and able to hit a fastball. You weren't able to go behind a 500-pound dumbbell and lift it up, no problem. You have to practice. You have to build up the muscle. You have to constantly work on it every single day. It's the same thing in band. No one's going to be able to pick up their trumpet and play Flight of the Bumblebee on their first try. It takes years and years of practice and skill development to be able to play harder pieces. So parents, continuously encouraging your children is going to help them so much and boost their confidence levels so that they will be able to play at the level that they are expected to play at. It's really easy to get frustrated in my class, and that's just how band is. Remind your students that they are still young and it is okay to take a break. Sometimes as musicians, when we get frustrated, the best things that we can do is set our instrument down and walk away. I even do that in my own practicing. If I get frustrated with something, I'll set my instrument down and I'll go walk away. Go get a snack, take a sip of water, go for a walk outside, get some fresh air. Even play some video games or watching TV, something to clear your head and let the information you've been trying to process kind of settle in. Then go back to your instrument, pick it up, and try it again. I guarantee that'll solve a lot of headaches and a lot of frustrated practice sessions as well. Once again, let me reiterate, I am so proud of these 7th grade students. This is not easy. Learning at home and playing our instruments at home is not easy. And the fact that they are showing so much hard work and dedication for me is mind-boggling. I'm super proud of the hard work that they've been doing, and I implore you, please continue to practice and work hard. And I promise by the end of this semester, we are going to see these students develop leaps and bounds from where they were at the beginning of the year. If you ever have any personal questions, comments, concerns, and you want to reach out to me, there's a few ways you can do that. Number one, email is always the easiest, charlesl.mashburn@c.ms.k12.nc.us. I try to respond within a 24-hour window, and if you don't hear back from me, feel free to shoot me another one and bug me until I answer you. And then number two, a lot of you parents are already on my Remind page on my phone. It's really, really easy. I'll send you direct reminders, updates, any of that kind of stuff to let you know how your students are doing, what assignments might be coming up, etc. So join that Remind code. The code is listed on my Canvas site, or you can send me an email and I'll let you into the code as well. It's a great way to keep in touch between me and you as well. If you have any further questions, you can feel free to reach out to me, email, phone call, Remind, anything, and I'll be more than happy to talk to you and let you know what's going on in class. Thank you so much, and you guys have a fantastic day.